Hi guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome to our last week of cool moves for hot drinks and yoga / fitness challenges. For a quick reminder, I'm Steph.
I'm Jen.
And today will be our last wrap-up day. So Jen's gonna go over our nutrition and then I will talk about our last yoga session.
Perfect. So today we're gonna talk about the ingredients that is found on any packaged food. Last week, as a reminder, we went through the nutritional labels on it, and we're going to talk a little bit more just about the actual ingredients this time, and maybe some substitutions that you can have as well. And then we're going to kind of go off to our next yoga session with Steph after that.
Nice. Okay, we're going to do some moves we learned over the past 3 weeks, and then we'll add in some new ones today.
All right, everyone, we're going to talk about our nutrition for week 4. Just as a recap of last week, we went over the nutritional labels on packaged food, and that was about our daily servings, the percentage values, and I had the fats, carbs, sugars, and vitamin content that was in the package. And along with that, there's also another section that we're going to talk about today that's on packaged food, and it's the ingredients list on it. So when you're picking up packages, either in your household or at the grocery store, pay attention to what is in the ingredients. So what you want to look for is the first 3 ingredients are the most important on any of the packaged food. So for instance, you want to make sure that you can read those first ingredients first of all. That's always a good sign that it is a little bit healthier. You want to make sure that they don't have any of the following. So in the first 3 ingredients, you should hopefully not have any bad fats in it. So the bad fats could be anything like canola oil or lard or shortening or even sunflower oil. But to replace that, some of the healthier fats that you want to look for in any of the ingredients will be olive oil is a better choice than the canola oil or the vegetable oil. So always try to look to see if it has that instead in it. And any of the natural fats, so like peanut butter, that's still a really good choice for protein. And I still use coconut oil quite a bit. It is technically a saturated fat, but it is considered still a healthier option than your vegetable one as well. And then the next ingredients that I want you to pay attention to is the sugars that is in the content. So basically the sugars that you want to stay away from is anything that just says sugar, cane sugar, anything that says fructose, glucose, anything that says corn syrup, fruit concentrate, because fruit concentrate is not technically natural fruit. It doesn't have all of the nutrient value that you would get from just the actual natural fruit. And then there's a whole list of other sugars that you want to stay away from, and you probably can't either read them or understand them to even know what they are. So those are always good ones to stay away from as well. What you can look for instead on the packages is things like maple syrup. If it's pure maple syrup, raw unpasteurized honey. A lot of the times it won't say actual raw unpasteurized honey, but at least it's a healthier option to look for than your other sugar. Coconut sugars, monk fruit sweeteners is used a lot in baking now. Stevia is also a really good choice of sweetener and is a good option to look for in a package. And then the other ones that I want you to have a look for, if you are gluten-free or if you want to just eat more gluten-free, what you want to try to stay away from then is the wheat. And there's many different ways to read the wheat on a package as well. A lot of times it'll say enriched wheat flour, or it can just say wheat. And instead you want to look for options that say either like almond flour, oat flour, rolled oats, even quinoa is a really good option as well to replace any of your wheat products. I personally love almond flour and rolled oats for baking, and then add in the extra ingredients like peanut butter for baking, and then you can do applesauces for sugar as long as they're unsweetened. is a really good choice as well. I just made peanut butter cookies the other night, and they actually had no sugar, no gluten, and no dairy in them. So those are just items that you just want to kind of look out for. The first ingredient on the package is going to be what has the most amount of it in, and then it goes down from there. And then obviously you want to just make sure you stay away from the products that have about 15 ingredients in it and you can only read maybe 3 of those ingredients. Try to stay away from those products as much as you can, because it has a lot of extra preservatives and chemicals that your body just doesn't need in them. So basically what we did do an activity tonight of just comparing different ingredients, trying to figure out which product went to that. So what you could do, you could go to your cupboards or your kitchen fridge and just pull a few different packages out, have a look at them, try to see if you can recognize the first 3 ingredients, decide if you think it's a healthy option or unhealthy option, and maybe if you can try to pick out one of, say if something has sugar on it, try to maybe write down what you would want to replace it with instead. That's a healthier option. So that can be a little activity that you can do at home just as some practice, just of kind of reading those labels. And then that is all I have for tonight. So I think if you can remember kind of our last 4 weeks, those are really good options just to start with, to just get a little healthier in life. So with your food groups, just remember which ones we talked about there. And then with your portion sizes, try to eat more of the fruits and veggies side on your plate, and then and that should be about half of your plate, and then 1/4 of the protein and 1/4 of the grains or the wheats, or any of the non-gluten items as well, on the other 1/4 of your plate. That was the 1 week we talked about. Second, we just talked about all the nutrients and the minerals and what you need in your body. And then 3rd week, just as a recap, we talked again about the nutritional labels, and then this week with the ingredients. So if you can kind of put all of those together and just read more labels as much as you go to the grocery store, that will help a lot. And that is all I have for you tonight, and I hope you enjoyed.
We're gonna start with just some stretching up, reach to the sky, reach, 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 and down to our toes, and back up, and then back down. And then we're gonna sweep our hands up and go to chest. Just shake it out a little bit, shake, shake, shake. And then our new one today, we're going to put our arms up like this. It's called cactus. And you're gonna bend your back a little bit. Bend backwards a little bit. Feel it in your back, breathe into your chest. And then up straight, and then go back again. It's hard to talk when you're doing this. Up. And then we're gonna bring our hands together, go to center again, and you're gonna bend your knees, and you're gonna twist to your left, and you're gonna hook your right elbow onto your left knee. Feel that stretch in your back. Try and sink your bum down as far as you can. Then you're gonna go to the center, and then change sides. Try and sink down again. The farther you can go down, the more you'll have to work on your balance, which is awesome. But you have to work on that a little bit as you go. That's totally okay. The more you practice, the better you get at it. Back to center and up. And then we're gonna try taking our right leg, putting it over our left knee, and then trying, if you can, either not, you can or you don't have to, either way, either keep it like this or hooking your right leg behind your calf, putting your hands to your heart, and trying to like sit in a chair. It's a little bit of a twist. You're gonna, if you see my left foot, it's very shaky. It works a lot on your balance and that left bum cheek. If you hit it with your hand, you can feel it's working. And then we're going to unravel, pull our right leg up and shake it out. and then swap sides. We're gonna bring our left leg up, twist around your right knee, try and hook your knee, your foot, sorry, behind your calf if you can, the back of your leg, hands to chest, and you're gonna try and sit down in a chair. See how far down you can go. Feel that right leg working. Whoop. And bring your left leg up, straighten out, stretch it out, shake it out. And then we're going to downward dog. So we've done this in the last 3 weeks, I think all 3. So we should be good at this. We're gonna walk our hands out into a plank. And then we're going to push our bum back in the air and stretch it out. So we're pushing our heels to the ground, walking it out. Downward dog for a bit. And then we're gonna add to this one today. We're going to go knee to nose. You're gonna take your right leg, and you're trying to put it all the way to your nose. So go as far as you can, knee to nose, you go back and stretch it out as far as you can. Knee to nose, out, for 2 more, 1 more, and then you're gonna bring it down, push back, stretch it out. We're gonna put the same leg that you were putting to your nose, you're gonna bring up this time to your nose, but then put it across your body. So we're gonna go into pigeon. So it's your right leg is across, so your right ankle is in line with your left wrist. So you're gonna feel that one on your right bum cheek, or the back of your leg too. If you're flexible enough, you can put your arms, your elbows down, and put your head down. If you just want to stay with your hands up, it's totally okay. Today I'm a little bit sore myself, so it hurts to go down to my elbows. That's totally okay. And then we're going to stay for 5 more seconds, and then we're going to stretch it back out. Make sure your leg that's back is in line with your body and not like out to the side or anything funny, so you're not hurting yourself. Then you go back in a downward dog. We're going to do 2 more knees to nose, stretch it out, so knee to nose and out. 1 more, down. And then we're going to switch. So we're going to go our other leg, knee to nose, swap it up. Go as far as you can. Nothing crazy. 2 more. And then same thing, we're going to like a pigeon again. So you're going to bring your left leg to your left arm, put it across, and then pull it down. If you're flexible, you can actually pull your leg in like, kind of like a T position. I'm not, so mine's closer to my leg. And then you can pull it down if you want onto your elbows. Do that, just hang here for a second. If this stretch is too much for you, an alternative is to do what's called a figure 4. So I'll give an example. So you lay on your back, and put your both feet on the ground, and then you take your one leg and you're gonna cross it across your other. So it's like a 4. And then if you want to just stay here, that's totally fine. Or you can take your hands, link them through your legs, and pull it close to you. That makes it feel a little more stronger of a stretch. And then same thing on the other side would be like across this way, hands through, and then pull through. That one's a little bit less intense than the pigeon. So whatever works for you better is awesome. And then 10 up today, we're gonna do some core work. So a lot of yoga is like being balanced and starting your core. So we're gonna do a bicycle on the ground. So this would be, you're gonna go lay on your back. Your hands will be behind your head, linked together. And then slowly, doesn't have to be fast, you get to go right elbow to left leg, and then left elbow to right leg, and you swap, and then one goes down. So it's down, up, down, up. So you're working the sides of your core. So we're doing that for 10 counts together, and then we are all done. Thank goodness, right? It's hard, it's not an easy thing to do, so just go slow. I find that the slower you go, it's actually better. If you go fast during these kind of things, you end up doing the right movement, or you can hurt yourself. I think we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Good job, guys. Have a great rest of your week. And in the spirit of tomorrow being Pink Shirt Day and talking about anti-bullying, we encourage all of you to send us in your acts of kindness that go along with your passport. So don't forget your passport's running through the whole 4 weeks or 6 weeks if you're going to join us for the extra 2 at the end in March. So we'd love to see your acts of kindness that you've been doing. So feel free to email us and we can't wait to see them. Bye guys. Bye.